and welcome into the show, everyone. I am Preston Poole alongside Tyler Adams. This is Unadvised here on the Sports Animal YouTube, Facebook as well, and our very own X account at Unadvised Pod. Give us a follow at Preston Poole 405 at Tyler's Takes. And then, like I mentioned, at Unadvised Pod on X as well. We're talking ball today. Only one team in the state played.
Elite weekend of ball.
Yes, very, very good weekend of football, both in the in college football and the NFL. I've suffered my first football loss this year.
Yes. Welcome, my friend.
It's upended my world. We'll get into that later on when we get into the NFL. Although we did have, again, a great night last night in college football, so we'll start in college football. T-Bag. Let's go all the way back to Friday night. I don't know if you got to see this one on Friday night.
Preston, Friday night was the night I woke up at 4 a.m. on the couch because I literally was just watching. I fell asleep when I flipped it over to Arizona or Oregon State, Houston.
Yeah,
I fell asleep at the end of that one. I woke up and I was like, that was awesome. Like that's how you know he had a good night, is when you fall asleep on the couch watching too much ball.
Exactly right. You overdosed on,
and I'm not a couch sleeper. Like I want to be clear. Like, it's 2 or 3 times a year I wake up on the couch.
The biggest one Friday night was Virginia taking down Florida State. I only got to catch like the very end of the fourth quarter and the overtimes of this game because I was at a high school football game. But that field storm, that was an elite field storming. Just the way Virginia has it set up where there's no like barrier there. It's just like a big hill. Yeah.
Nothing. And there was just so many times throughout that game too where you're like, oh my God, these poor Virginia fans are going to get heartbroken, because there's like 3 or 4 different times where like, all right, if we stop them here, or 2 times, I think it was, maybe 3, I can't remember. Been a lot of football since. 2 or 3 times in the fourth quarter and overtime, where you're like, this is these fans could very well get crushed bad, because they were ready to go for about 20 minutes. And then finally, when they were able to get on that field, it was whoosh. I mean, it was crazy.
I think it was Spinozzi said like you could gradually start seeing the students build up on that hill throughout the game once they realized
because they're probably about 5 to 10 yards back from the goalpost all game.
Yeah.
And then just slowly they started coming closer and closer until they're literally like on the out of bounds marker.
And as soon as he intercepted that ball, I mean, I don't even think the final whistle had blown or anything like that. They were on the field, and I don't know how the defensive back and wide receiver didn't get trampled.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, I seriously got nervous for like 20, like not 20 minutes, where I was just sitting there, I hope they're all right. But like, I was like, until I sees, until there's like proof that they're okay, I'm going to choose to believe that they're not okay. Because
we also got an all-time meme from the end of that game too, where that one guy is just walking on the field, flips off Tommy Castellanos, the quarterback of Florida State. That went viral. That was funny. And then on Friday night as well, TCU upset. I guess we could say upset. I don't really think this is like that big of an upset, getting beat by Arizona State on the road at Arizona State.
Yeah.
The end of that game, though, was weird, T-Bag. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a couple minutes left. Arizona State's driving down the field, and then there's a play that happens, and then it felt like a full minute went by, and then the referee threw the flag.
Yeah.
It took forever.
TCU was up 17-0 in that game. Should have won that game. I think they're the better team. Arizona State won, though, because TCU just kept shooting themselves in the foot. Turning the ball over, losing yards, and just the everything you can do to lose a football game, TCU is doing.
Yeah,
Josh Hoover he's a stud.
Yeah.
He might be I think he is the best quarterback in the Big 12. From what we've seen so far, I think he's the best quarterback in the Big 12.
Without a doubt. They looked pretty good. Both of those teams down the stretch looked pretty good.
Those are 2 teams that are going to be in the hunt all season.
All right, nothing really special happened in the 11 o'clock window yesterday. Well, I guess we did have Illinois beating USC on a final last-second field goal. They won that game. The Illini did 34-32. And then Notre Dame beat the hell out of Arkansas and got Sam Pittman fired.
I've lost both my coaches, Preston, in a matter of
Yeah.
5 days. Yeah. What I do know is I saw a report yesterday from the guys on 3 saying Pittman's buyout is depending on his overall record at Arkansas.
I saw that too, yeah.
So his record was 29-27 at Arkansas, and if he was above 500, which he is, his buyout's like 9.6 million. And if he's below 500, which he looked like he could have been on his way to, his buyout was like 6.5 million.
That's
so
why I can't believe they didn't wait
$3 million
a couple more
difference.
games.
Then again, $3 million,
Yeah.
nothing anymore. I mean, that's chump change.
Well,
But for Sam Pittman's behalf, props. Shout
nice
out.
payday.
Enjoy the lake. Enjoy
Nice
the lake.
payday. Yeah. You and Mike Gundy can enjoy some time at Grand Lake.
Yeah. Mike Gundy, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
This doesn't need to go to public airwaves quite yet.
Let's go ahead and talk about that Oklahoma State game. They dropped one to Baylor, and I want to say hats off though, because they at least look competent. Teabag.
Look, it's very sad. It's very sad about where the state of the program is. Where I was like ecstatic yesterday. Like I was buzzing like the whole day. I mean, because
they look like a football team actually.
That first half was like, this is a football team. Now the defense, which we can get to because you see the news about that today.
Yeah, I did see that. Yes.
Defense is awful. But to the game real quick, and then we'll talk about what happened today with OSU. The game, we may owe, or you don't, Preston. I am definitely at the forefront of this. A lot of OSU fans are up there with me. And you probably do to an extent because you probably criticize the guy a lot. We might owe Casey Dunn an apology. Because yesterday was apparent that there has been a lot of bags or a lot of tricks in this bag and a lot of creativity in this bag that just has not been utilized in about 4 years. Yeah. And it was easy to blame Casey Dunn for all of that. But that offense was, I don't know what I was watching. Like I have not seen OSU run an offense like that in a while. Probably since the prime Spencer Sanders days, probably since the prime, like his 2020 to halfway through 2022, like kind of that ballpark.
Yeah.
Even though 2020 he was pretty beat up, kind of in and out throughout the year. But I was ecstatic. Inside the stadium, Preston, whenever it was 7-7 in the first quarter, and then OSU stopped Baylor on third down to get the ball back, I genuinely, like the stadium was genuinely going nuts. Like it was like legitimately. Now, was it like top 15 matchup nuts? No, obviously, but it was going pretty crazy in that stadium when it was 7-7. And Baylor was playing the ball because we're like, oh my God, anything's possible. The offense was great in the first half, dried out a little in the second half. But again, this team is what it is. Their defense is atrocious. The offense, I think, will be able to keep them in some games, And after today, maybe they might win one or two games, Preston. Maybe they might. Like I don't think it's crazy to say that they can't. I wouldn't bet on it per se. I mean, if you gave me over under half a win, I'd take the over, just because there's 8 games. Maybe numbers and odds would say they'll get one. But I'm ecstatic, and it's sad that I'm ecstatic. But I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at next year, and this is a team we got this year, and I think they might be kind of frisky. It might maybe keep some teams on upset alert.
By the way, being 18-point dogs to Arizona is not the best look.
No.
I think.
No. Look, this team isn't good. This team isn't good, but they're trying. They're trying.
Yeah, I feel like 18 is like a lot. I feel like it should be smaller than that.
Yeah, sure. I don't think
Arizona is. I don't think Arizona is like.
OSU could win next week. I mean, Vegas is telling you it's not going to happen, obviously. But me and you won't be shocked if OSU wins next week.
Yeah.
But we are 5 days into the Doug Meacham experience. And so far, he's been like, we're going to let her rip. We're going to have
Yeah.
fun. Yesterday during the game, he was like, trick play this, trick play that. You're going to throw a ball. You're going to throw a ball. You're going to throw a football. You're going to throw a football. Another trick play.
Yeah.
Quad receivers to the short side of the field. Yeah, that's going to be running. Just everything. And then his defense gives up 600 yards. So what he do today? He dropped him on the table. He said, "This is my show now, buddy. Todd Grantham, you're out of here." That is an interim coach firing the defense coordinator is such a power play that I just respect.
Well, at this point, it's like, F it, who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
You can tell Doug's like trying to salvage what's left of the season. You know, you can tell he's trying to like get a semi-competent product on the field, and obviously this defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
I mean, they're worse than last year, which is crazy to think because they are way more talented this year than they were last year, in my opinion. But they are atrociously bad.
Yeah, no, it has not been good defensively, and was not good
No.
On Saturday. I think what Baylor scored in like 4 plays on the opening kickoff, 3 plays.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Gave up 600 total yards of offense.
yeah,
And again, like that first half was awesome. The second half, it died down, but I think at that point, everyone was just so kind of buzzing off that first half. Which again, it's sad that that's where we're at. We're like buzzing off being like down like 8 at halftime or whatever it was. We're like, yes, that was awesome.
Hey, get it where you can, man. Get it where you can.
Get my joy where I can.
Anything else from that game before we move on to LSU Ole Miss?
No. All in all, a good day in Stillwater, and maybe just maybe they'll win a game.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Anything's
right?
possible.
Anything's possible.
Doug Meacham, he's the man. He's the man already.
Ole Miss upsets LSU at home in Oxford, Mississippi, 24-19. Lane Kiffin gets one over on his daughter's boyfriend in this matchup. Also gets one over on Brian Kelly. And are we finally ready to have the conversation? And I don't think us, but nationally, that Brian Kelly really isn't that good of a head coach.
So I didn't get to watch this game because it was during the OSU game and I was in Stillwater. Then I had to drive back for a wedding, so I didn't get to watch this game. But with the Brian Kelly situation, Preston, I was thinking going into this game, I was sure LSU's even good because Clemson sucks and they haven't really looked dominant since. And now it's you lose for the third straight year, fourth straight time in Oxford.
Yeah, and you go back to the last year and you look at Nussmeier, how he was like throwing deep balls and all that stuff, and he hasn't done that this year, right?
Yeah, their offense is good. Their defense is good. It's literally the reverse of last year. They fixed it. They fixed the defense, but broke the offense.
No, the 100%. You're exactly right. So, it was.
Also, are you watching football right now?
I am watching the end of the Bears game currently as we speak.
Just in case, I get distracted. That
minute 45 left in the game. Raiders up 24-19. Bears have it 3rd and 3. So, where they have it at? They have it in Raider, deep in Raider territory.
Right? Yeah, they're like the 10-yard line-ish. 3rd and 3 from where.
So we will see if the Bears can punch it in here and try and win this ball game. It's been quite the ball game.
It's been all over the place.
We'll talk about the full game here in a little bit.
Oh.
Do you think he fumbled that?
No. Okay.
I thought whoever that was that went into the end zone fumbled the ball that they had, and they did not have the ball. Anyways, Ole Miss LSU, that was quite a game.
Hey, Justice Hill, shout out.
I'm just not sold on Brian Kelly at LSU. I mean, he's got the resources that he was begging for at Notre Dame, and he still can't put together, just like a juggernaut or like good coaching decisions.
It's just again, you had the offense last year and not the defense, and this year you have the defense but not the offense. It's tell them two stories. And you just know how much LSU fans just gotta hate that guy.
Too. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like at least when Coach O was losing, they're like he's one of us.
Texas A&M beats Auburn, so Auburn officially back to sucking. Alabama beats Georgia in what was a great matchup. Yeah, I just saw the Bears score to take the lead by a point. Got to knock through the extra point now. They'll be up 2. But Alabama knocks off Georgia. That was I felt like that game could go on forever. To be honest with you, it's just and that dumb thing at the end with the Georgia player where he just straight up dove into the pile like at the very end and got the penalty to basically let Alabama freeze the game. That's why I love college football.
I did that in Little League one time, like my first game ever playing tackle football, and I got yelled at so hard by my coach about like never ever do that again. I'm like,
never do that.
I'm so
That is
scared.
a free first down and a free 15 yards. Are we ready to have the talk that maybe Alabama isn't dead at this point?
Well, hold on, 2-point conversion.
That was quite the play right there.
Oh God, Caleb. All right, defense, come on. Trust our defense so much. One, Alabama, not dead. Can confirm, not dead. But at the same time, Georgia just has an Alabama problem, and I full on believe that if you put the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Alabama uniforms and played Georgia, that
they'd mess it up
for whatever reason. For whatever reason. What's Kirby's record now? Like 1-6, 1-7 against them.
I believe so.
0-2 versus DeBoer, and they're not. I mean, these two Georgia teams. I mean, last year's Georgia team was better than Alabama. They won the SEC. Bama went 9-3.
Yeah,
and this year, I mean, it looks. I mean, I think it's too early to tell who's better. Because obviously Georgia can still go on and win a national championship. No one be surprised by it, but Alabama looks like they're back. Yeah, Preston, they do. Ty Simpson looked good.
Yeah, and I feel like this year more than ever, like yesterday just showed that this year's is like so wide open. I think anyone can win the national title this year.
Oh my God. Yeah. For 100%.
There's not like one dominant team out there. Oregon, it takes 2 overtimes for the Ducks to beat Penn State. They beat Penn State 30-24, double overtime. That was a great game. It looked like Oregon was going to blow Penn State out of the game early, and then late in the fourth quarter, or I should say late in the fourth quarter, Penn State made a comeback, forced overtime, and the Ducks end up winning in double overtime. That was a fun game to watch. I'm trying to think of any other games yesterday. Indiana, Iowa was a fun one. Tennessee and Mississippi State.
That was a fun one
game as well.
Yeah, I was watching the fourth quarter overtime of that one. That was a great one. Jeff Lebby's got that thing going, man.
Yeah,
I mean they're a good football team. I mean they're not SEC contenders, they're not playoff contenders, but for year 2 they're a good football team that can compete with anyone, and he's got things going there. But back to the Penn State, you want to talk about a problem? James Franklin versus a top 10 team.
Yeah, James Franklin versus ranked opponents, actually.
It happened again where you're watching that whole game. You're like, yep, of course this is what happens. And Penn State comes roaring back, takes it to overtime. Like, maybe it's different. And then sure enough, Drew Aller throws a stupid interception. You're like, yep, that's Penn State. That's the Drew Aller, James Franklin, Penn State.
Exactly how it works. I mean, the fans were chanting fire him in like the first half. So things weren't great until they made that comeback, and then still they lose in double overtime. And it's like, well, could have told you that was going to happen when it came to Penn State playing, a top opponent. So number 3, what was it? Number 3, 4, 5, and 8 all lost in college football this weekend in the top 25.
Are you using number 5 now?
That means, the Sooners are up to number 5. And they will play Kent State this weekend in Norman before that big matchup in the Cotton Bowl. I know Harry was asking our thoughts on Mateer's thumb. He's going to give it every shot he can to play in that Texas game.
Yeah,
he's going to miss the Kent State game because they don't need him, but he's going to give it every shot that he can to play Texas.
If South Carolina and Texas weeks were reversed, I don't think he'd play for South Carolina. But the fact it's Texas,
and
that's where legends are made, is in that game for both schools. Exactly. And this could be his one and only game, because if he goes pro, this could be his one and only shot. So, I mean, who knows? Obviously, he's not just going to play if he could, hurt it further. If he's not ready to go, it's gonna, potentially cost the team. But like you said, he's gonna give everything he has to make sure that happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything that he can give, he will do that. All right. Let's switch to the NFL. Unless you have anything else in college football.
No, I think we got it all.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right. In the NFL,
I'm in a bad spot right now, Preston.
you're
I'm
stressing out
waiting. I'm waiting for
game,
my
yeah.
inevitable death.
Vikings and Steelers play in Dublin. Did you see the story about Skylar Thompson getting jumped and mugged in Dublin on Friday night?
Like walking through an alley, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. So if you're
Lucky
Kansas State,
he didn't get stabbed, did he?
I don't believe so.
I know
No.
stabbing is a big
He
problem there.
he was with the team today. I do know that.
The freaking Europeans, man, beating us in the Ryder Cup and
Uh,
stuff. And then
yeah, I watched that.
jumping our backup quarterbacks and Big 12 legends.
Yeah, so if you right now, Kansas State is what 0-4 in Dublin.
I just realized Skylar Thompson, Kansas State quarterback, Dublin fight. The Avery Johnson family, Dublin fight.
Yeah.
What's up with Kansas State quarterbacks in Dublin?
Yeah. So if you add the father and son that fought in Dublin, if you had Skylar Thompson and the K-State loss, they're 0-4 in Dublin this year, the Wildcats. So stay away from that. But the Steelers beat the Vikings 24-21. Looked like the Steelers were going to run away with this one. And then the Vikings scored 15 points in the fourth quarter to try and make a comeback. But it was not a good attempt, as it was Carson Wentz threw an interception on like 4th and 18 to end the game. And that's it.
I'm gonna be quite frank. I did not make it out of bed in time for the end of this game.
I watched I watched most of this.
And to be frank, this is very anti-football guy of me. To be frank, I just totally forgot they were playing too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, they played already?
We've got another one next week in London, by the way.
Vikings. They're staying over across the pond.
Yeah, Vikings and the Browns. That should be a great one for the people of London over there.
Get all the people from Cleveland just over there in London, just ready to go.
Running up amok there in Cleveland. Commanders lose to the Falcons. Marcus Mariota started for Jaden Daniels. They were without Terry McLaurin as well. The Commanders were, so they're pretty banged up at the moment. And it was a breakout game for our guy, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
He had a great game.
Regretfully, I don't have Kyle Pitts on fantasy this year. I missed the party. But also I'm backing on Zach Robinson. Last week, I was out on Zach Robinson as the next Oklahoma State head coach. All the way back on Zach Robinson.
Funny how that works. His team lights it up. Bijan Robinson has like 200 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts has his best game of the season. It feels like 5 catches for 70 yards, and you're back in. On Zach Robinson.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
all he needed to do was go from the booth to the sideline. That's all he needed.
Yeah, that's all he needed. He's going great too. Football's getting to him. What else? Let's see. Saints and the Bills. Saints tried their hardest to win this one, but the Bills ran away with it in the fourth quarter.
Valiant effort.
The Browns and the Lions, Joe Flacco, I think he's still there at Ford Field throwing interceptions. That's about how the day went for him.
With the Saints Bills, that Philly play, that Philly special play they try to run, it just lets you an interception. That's when you knew that one was over.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Panthers and Patriots. The Patriots just pummel the Panthers. 42.
Panthers are weird, man. Panthers are weird.
They are so good one week and so bad the next.
I mean, they're gonna beat like the Bills by like 20 or something if they play them this year, but then lose to the Jets by 50.
Exactly. And this was the toughest one of the day. The New York Giants 21, my Chargers 18. The undefeated streak ends at 3. Still in first place though. I'll take that. Those
Yeah.
3 wins
Three,
were big.
I mean, hey, if you just go 3-1 the whole season, you're going to end up in a pretty
Yeah.
good spot.
Exactly. Yeah. The Giants, though, drew up the perfect game plan for ushering a rookie quarterback into his first start, though, T-Bag. I don't think they took one shot down the field. I think everything was just dink and dunk, and they handed it off to Scatterbo to pick up yards. That's basically all the Giants did. Ooh, nice block there by the Bears. How about that? So it looks like your Bears are going to hold out and beat the Raiders here this weekend.
I'm just telling you.
Watch out. Watch out. That's 2 in a row. Watch out.
Their schedule, Preston, is not difficult coming up. It is difficult. It's not difficult coming up. We might be talking about a Bears team that's like 6-3, 7-4.
Jackson Dart, though, has to be the douchiest quarterback in the NFL. Just by looks. And did you see the story? I know Pardon My Take talked about it. But Eli Manning reached out to Jackson Dart to hey, if you need any advice or you want to talk about anything when it comes to football, just let me know. I'm here for you. And Jackson Dart replied a week later and was like, hey, can you get me a reservation at this restaurant? So I don't care about your football thoughts, Eli Manning. I just need a reservation at a restaurant from you. I don't need anything else. Which that was me. But hey.
And I know they talked we talked with the PMT guys. I know they brought this stuff, but my first thought was dude, you're Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
you're a quarterback for the Giants. Can you not?
You can get that table yourself.
Yeah, it can't be maybe it is that high end. Yeah. I don't know, but surely Jackson Dart is a big enough name in New York to get in. It's hey, I'm gonna be the starting quarterback for the Giants this weekend.
Yeah, you have some pull, dude. I think you can do that, but Joe Alt getting hurt too for the Chargers. If Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater are both out for the rest of the season, Justin Herbert is going to be in a world of pain. I bet, because he's going to be under pressure a lot. Were you able to catch any? No,
sorry,
you're good.
I swear. My Bears group tag. I have a couple of Bears brothers, and it's blowing up right now. The old Bears Preston, they lose that 10 out of 10 times.
Oh, 100%. Even Bears. With let's just go ahead and talk about it since it's right here in front of us. That it was 3 minutes left, I think, in the fourth quarter, and they have that bad snap with Caleb Williams, and they have to kick the 50-yard field goal
20 times,
and they still somehow won it. That was. I mean, look, the Raiders aren't world beaters. I think we both know that, but again, it's about stringing a couple wins in a row, T-Bag, and the Bears have done that now. They've won 2 in a row.
He's won 2 in a row. Looking competent. Things are getting turned around. Ben Johnson's getting that culture going. It's weird because when they blocked that field goal, for about 5 seconds, I didn't I was like, "Where's the flag?" I was like, "This isn't real."
Something else happened.
Yes. and then my phone blew up with with all my friends. I had a buddy text me that's a Vikings fan. That's right. Cisco also texted me. Our boss texted me in the middle of that. So it's when you get a text from 2 different group texts and your boss about "Whoa, Bears, what a win!" That really fires you up. Yeah, that was awesome. Old Bears lose that every time. The old Bears lose that 100%. Every time.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I need to check out some of the stats from this game. Ashton Genty, by the way,
he was good.
Went off. He went off. He finally arrived in the NFL.
Yeah, he was good. His legs are so big.
138 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 2 catches on the day. T-Bag, both were touchdowns. So he had 2 receiving touchdowns as well.
They're both long, or the second one was long. I don't remember how long the first one was.
He had a total of 17 yards receiving, so it was probably a 15-yarder or something.
No, he had a rushing touchdown. Or maybe he got called back.
He didn't. He had a long rushing touchdown.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah, he did have a long rushing touchdown. So 138 yards for him. Caleb Williams on the day, 22 of 37, 212 yards, a touchdown. Roma Dunze is starting to stand out as like the
Yeah.
wide receiver one for the Bears.
Did you see this Shane Waldron thing?
No.
It was here. Hold on. Let me. I'm not going to pull up the video or anything, but I just got to go see the old teams he was on, so I remember the receivers. Um, do, do, do,
Oh, I think I might
So
have seen. I think I
he
might have seen. Yeah.
he was with the Rams. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, pretty much anytime Shane Waldron's somewhere, they suck, and then the second he leaves, like, or a wide receiver sucks, and the second he leaves, that wide receiver figures it out.
Yeah.
This year, it seems like that's Roma Dunze.
Yeah, Roma Dunze has been pretty good this season for the Bears. Other games in the NFL. Did you catch any of that Eagles and Bucks game?
Yeah,
That was a pretty good
Baker,
game.
dude, Baker just, he
He
just
tried to
goes
do what
for it.
he tried to will it, but it
He
didn't
tried
happen.
to will it, but it was just too little, too late today. Had that interception, but hell of a comeback because that first half was an ass whooping. That block punt, everything about that first half
It was
was
what 21-3 in like the first
20,
quarter.
yeah, it was 24-6 at halftime, maybe. Um, so yeah, I mean that first quarter primarily, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
like all that ass kick was in the first quarter.
It was actually
And then
14-3, but it felt like it was more than that in the
and then
first
Baker
quarter.
just came out in that second half, and dude, Emeka Ibuka, stud.
He's a dog. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a dog. Baker had two just darts of passes to Emeka for a touchdown, and to was it Bucky Irving, the other
yes,
one
yeah,
for a touchdown, just two darts. And then you thought he was going to do it again, but then throws an interception. But just valiant effort once again. Buccaneers are still pretty beat up,
yeah.
and the Eagles are pretty good.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think we had the quote of the day coming out of this Titans and Texans game by Cam Ward. He said, "If I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, we ass." That was the quote of the day for me. The Texans beat the Titans 26-0. He also threw an F word in there as well. So he was not happy with the performance of the Titans through 4 weeks. But
Brian
that was
Callahan's got
definitely
to get fired. He's got
yeah.
to.
That was definitely the quote of the day. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. We ass.
That's great. That's great.
The Colts lose to the Rams. Indiana Jones. I still played good, I thought. Adonai Mitchell, just one of the dumbest mistakes you can ever make in a football game. Celebrating too early and losing the football before you actually cross the goal line and costing your team a touchdown.
How do you not? I mean, we have so many examples of this.
Yeah.
How do you not learn?
It's like a big one like this happens every single year, and you're like, come on, guys.
And I mean, Preston, you follow baseball more than I do, so tell me if I'm wrong, because I very well might be. But when a guy hits a home run in baseball, very rarely do we see them missing the bags.
Yeah, no, never.
You know,
never.
And like I feel like it can almost be easier to miss a bag while running.
Yeah,
there's 4 of them you have to hit, and also you just hit a home run. Your mind can be all over the place.
Yeah.
But when when you're running wide open to a touchdown, like you have like 2 more. Dude, just take the ball to the. It's not hard.
You just beat like double coverage on this pass as well. Like you're streaking down the sideline like wide open, and now you're a foot from the goal line. You say, okay, I'm going to go and try and mess this up real quick. I'm going to go and try and screw this. And then your team loses by a touchdown.
Which I had Rams minus 3.5. Actually, I went 2-0 my bets today. I took 2 bets today. I took the Giants because of Jackson Dart bump, and then took the Rams today, and whatever they scored, that was it Williams that scored the last touchdown. Who was it?
Yes, yeah, no, it was Tutu Atwell. It was an 88-yard touchdown. It was a bomb from Stafford.
That was awesome to watch because I was like, they're gonna go down and kick a field goal and knock over by half a point. They scored and the touchdown. So that was great. That was a great feeling.
The Jaguars upset the 49ers. So the Jaguars off to a good start, 3-1.
Hey, outside the Titans, who are ass, as Cam Ward said, his words, not mine. AFC South, shout out, kind of a fun division. Actually, not kind of, it is. I mean, Texans are obviously the 3rd best team in there right now, but I mean, they can put up with anyone.
Yeah, they're 1-3 right now. The Texans are. The Colts 3-1, Jags 3-1, and then the Titans 0-4. So yeah, that's a pretty fun a frisky division.
Like everyone, we're always like, oh, yeah, it's a Texas division. Everyone else
Yeah.
sucks. And now it's like
Yeah.
the Colts and Jags. Like, no, like we're the best teams.
It's like us saying that the ACC was Clemson's and Clemson's only, and now Clemson is ass and not good at all. So, the Chiefs fight off a 1-4 or 1-3 start, excuse me, and beat the Ravens, who start 1-3 on the season now as well. Lamar had to sit out like the back end of that game with like a hamstring injury, so Lamar could be banged up right now. But it looks like Mahomes is still Mahomes. He threw for 4 touchdowns today.
Yeah. Panic time for the Ravens.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, well, they've lost to 3 good teams. Like, yeah, but if you are a good team, you should beat good teams, right?
Exactly. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
So,
no,
yeah, panic time. And then Lamar, did you mention that he got beat up?
Yeah, banged up, hamstring injury there at the end of the game. He missed like the final handful of drives.
Yeah, I mean the game was over. But...
Yeah. All right. Final topic: tonight's game, Packers Cowboys. We think Packers big over the Cowboys. No CeeDee Lamb. It'll be the George Pickens show on offense.
Yeah. I want to say yes, but the Micah Parsons factor of him turning, and the Cowboys just might be trying to do everything in their power to, expose him or do so, just some weird crap. So I want to say but I'm not going to touch the spread in that game, just because I can see a world where the Cowboys, because it's in Dallas too.
It is,
Where that Cowboys offense, even without CD, is just like one to go, scorched earth.
They are 6.5-point dogs tonight to the Packers. Yeah, I bought tickets to the or my buddy's parents bought the tickets to the Chargers Cowboys game. We're going, and I immediately after the game today said, "Sell the tickets. We're not going to the game anymore." After the Chargers lost to the Giants, but I'm back in now.
So Preston, you'll get a kick out of this one. Speaking of just being totally irrational in the moment, I got totally irrational in the moment yesterday when OSU was tied at 7 with Baylor. With 10 minutes into the game, they're tied at 7. I literally looked at my dad and said, "Oh man, if this team makes a bowl game, it'll be one of my favorite teams of all time."
Look, anything is possible, right?
My dad was just like, hey son, like I think you might be getting ahead of yourself. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm being irrational in the moment right now completely, because the last 2 drives we've looked really good.
Hey, again, anything is possible. They might sneak in. What if they somehow win 5 games and they sneak in with like their grades?
I always forget there's 5 and 7 seasons you make bowl games all the time because of grades. Yeah, you just gotta go 4-4 the rest of the way and give yourself just go 500 the rest of the way. Give yourself a shot.
There's nothing wrong with a little 500 football after the last year and a half or so.
Oh man.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be at Thunder Media Day tomorrow. We've got a plan, but that plan might change. But we will have some content coming out on social media and on YouTube and stuff like that.
Just for the behind the scenes, when we go to Thunder Media today, we could be doing anything from just like taking a selfie, like "What's up, guys?" It'll be more than that. I'm just being hyperbolic here. To anywhere to where we can be like, interviewing the Thunder players like we did last year. Like there's no telling what direction we're going in tomorrow.
I am 99.9%.
That's not happening. Yes, that's not happening. That's not happening. No.
Yeah, but we will be making a video of some sorts to put out on YouTube for you guys to see kind of some like behind the scenes stuff and stuff like that. And I've already paid Gideon and Matt's agent so that they'll come on with us after Media Day and do a podcast with us. So we'll have at least a podcast from Media Day as well. So stick around for that coming up in the next week or so.
Just man, working with Gideon Hamilton, by the way, I'm officially a month into it. What a ride it is. I mean I've worked with Gideon a lot, but never where it's like No, we're like we have a thing together. Like you and Gideon had
Yeah.
the Thunder together. I got the OSU stuff together with Gideon now. When you're a partner with him in that sense, I didn't know what to expect, but yeah, he's.
Yeah.
I never saw the side of him. I never saw the side of him.
I think Ravis, him, and I have had a text thread, a group message that has been texted in every day for the last like 3 years. Um, just like the dumbest ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, by the way, I did want to share my idea. I did text you and Gideon yesterday of how OSU should hire like some big firm to find their head coach, kind of like the US men's soccer team did.
Yeah.
And they still ended up with the same head coach that they had just fired. I think that would be my favorite like result of Oklahoma State head coaching search. They just somehow, some way rehire Mike Gundy.
I've been joking around with like my buddies. That Mike Gundy that like takes like the Tulane job, like John Summerall
Yeah.
it's Florida job or whatever it is, and Mike Gundy takes a Tulane job. Mike Gundy crushes it there for 3 years, and this next coach for OSU doesn't have any success, and everyone's like,
And Gundy comes back.
"Hey, it looks like he's figured out the portal."
Look, anything is possible because Bobby Petrino is now the head coach of the
Bobby
Arkansas
Petrino is
Razorbacks.
just full circle, man. Full circle.
That was crazy to see this morning. It's like, all right, Bobby Petrino that got fired for having relations with a staffer and crashing his motorcycle. Oh yeah, he's now again the head coach, like what, 10 years later of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
I love it. I love it.
Good stuff. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us. Again, we'll be at Thunder Media Day tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys later in the week. Have a good one, everyone.